dessa porra, caralho.
Reminded me so much of City of God, which is one of my favorite films of all time. I thought this was such a well done piece in terms of having a grounded aesthetic, building the opening, especially having them run through the favela. I believe I'm wrong. I'm sorry about that, but generally just maintaining a great sense of style and mood through almost every aspect of the piece as they get to the money, as they get into the conspiracy, tying in the politician and the gang, and ultimately as they get towards the ending I thought it was a very good setup with the clown sequences, and I thought it was just a great sense of style and through almost every aspect of the piece, and really just a strong aesthetic in terms of the underworld, of people trying to fight out of poverty, and just what it looks like to try to find an opportunity out of life that you wouldn't normally get. Getting across all that amount of money for the vast majority of people would be life changing. For these particular characters, it's especially life changing because they have such limited options otherwise. So I thought it was very interesting how they um, not just navigated that particular aspect, but how it changed their relationship between the two leads. So I thought were a really great, had an unbelievably natural dynamic between them, and sort of contributed to almost all of the actors and performers on screen who had a very natural and realistic tip to their performances that I thought really contributed to the overall style and effort of the piece. So I ended up enjoying it and thought it was quite well done and had a good sense of cinematography, especially towards the end, that gave it a sort of feature film kind of feel.
You cover all the bases. They're stealing money from a politician. The politician is tied up with gang money, and now they have the gang running after them, and then one of them dies. What better way to end a story and make it succinct than with death? I say that jokingly, but you do it in a way that makes it so like we get the picture, the story is nearing an end. And I appreciate that. And not leaving it open. I think this was acted really well. I think it was such a fun, clear storyline, and it leaves enough open to have the audience wondering, like, what is the future of all the characters? And it has the audience care about the characters and their community and environment, and how they're going to be impacted by this as well, which is really great. So great on the storyline. I think this was really well stylized, with the tint to the red hue that you put, the reddish yellow hue you put on everything. I think it adds a bit of grittiness to the story and makes it definitely more visually interesting and appealing to look at.
Thoroughly entertaining. S tier acting, great music, S tier sound design. But I really want to shout out the lighting. The lighting was stylized, but in like a pull you in way, not in a like take you out way. I don't know if that makes sense, but like where it was like greens and blues and reds and stuff, and like, but like still, it was motivated is the word. It was motivated, like stylized, but also motivated, which I really, really rocked with because it was like it still created a feeling, you know what I mean, in the audience.
Utilizes that really, really effective handheld camera work to evoke a real sense of place, of world, of character, very palpable reality that makes you feel like you're there, like you're part of the action. And then once you're kind of situated there, once you're embedded in this situation, it really does kind of show you how money can be the embodiment of hope, hope for a better life, but also the portal to hell. I think the violence that kind of ensues is unflinching, and it's ultimately heartbreaking. It's remorseless, and it feels very, very real in both a truthful sense and a very scary sense. So
this does give, in a sense, to me, a City of God vibe when it comes to, somewhat push, a younger teen into committing crimes, in order for a means of survival. Our lead, his brother seems to be having gang ties as he's kind of getting out of this bullying situation. The guy that saves him states that your brother could get this taken care of, noting towards his power, so to speak. But the truth of it all is that our lead is broke and can barely even afford to eat. He suggests to his friend to kind of break into the mansions in the city and steal food from one of the fridges. And as they go off to do this, they come across a fine amount of cash. And just like how you kind of can't take the lamp out of the Cave of Wonders in Aladdin, taking this cash ultimately has consequences. However, we kind of find our lead is more street smart than he makes himself out to be, letting his comrades who, ultimately betrayed him, take the fall as he takes the rest of the cash for himself. In the end, though, we find that greed takes a toll once again, and as he's hit, he's on the ground, and someone picks up the bag of cash. It's kind of showing that there is this continuous cycle of who's hungry and who's kind of willing to go the extra mile for a quick cash grab.
It really showed the corruption of money and what that can do to some people, and how it can, break apart friendships and trust that have been there for years. It was really a film about karma, it seemed to be. Doing someone wrong in the first place by stealing from them is not going to end up well for you in the end. There's a lot of twists and turns to this. I loved in the editing that it was misleading at first as to who was the mastermind behind this end plan and behind this heist, until it was finally revealed at the end. And even that man, or that boy, got his karmic end as well. So it was a very strong karmic message. There was great music throughout and great acting as well. Everything was very believable. It seemed really real, which I thought was also very effective in making it so intense.
It reminded me a bit of like Ocean's 11, or those kind of crime movies where you see everything going on until the ending. We really don't understand what's happening, and then boom, all the events in the film, it becomes clear that there's a chain of events that started a long time ago. I think it was absolutely brilliant. I really also like the final part of the finale. Well, basically, we have the main character that he believes he's done it. He's free to go, and now he's gonna have the power and the money and everything. And boom, he's crushed by a car. That's very unlucky. But I think overall it was very well done, very well shot. I really like the attention to details, how the setting, the characters, the extras, everyone were performing brilliantly and recreating the real world inside a film with all the action and the crime that we have. It was absolutely fantastic. Absolutely great cinematography and direction. I really loved how the camera, the choice to have like longer takes moving rather than keeping them on tripod, keeping the camera on tripod. But overall, it was really, really brilliant. A really, really brilliant movie.
You could feel the intensity, the drama, everything. You knew these boys were getting into something dangerous, but you still rooted for them. It's the fact that the money was gang money is an excellent plot, because it shows the naivety of the boys going, they're politicians, so who cares, but it's actually gang money, so it puts them in danger. I love that it turned into a story of vigilante justice, where they were taking down the gang members that were terrorizing their community. That was a great twist. It's sad that the main character at the end lost his life and that the gang will probably prevail. But it was just a brief moment where they were helping each other. Made it a great impact. I loved it, the yellowish red tone of the film. It made it a lot more intense. The score definitely was a great impact on the story.